transactions happen, meals are eaten. Yet somehow, none of it fully reaches you. And no one really talks about this kind of distance. By the end of this reflection, this disconnection may feel less confusing, not repaired, just more honestly named. There is a strange sensation of living while not fully arriving. Life continues in recognizable shapes. Mornings begin, messages are answered, responsibilities are handled. Nothing dramatic is missing. And yet, when the day ends, it feels as if it barely happened. This disconnection is subtle. It doesn't announce itself as sadness. It doesn't demand attention like anxiety. It feels more like watching life through thin glass. Close enough to see everything, too far to feel it fully. Moments register intellectually, words are heard, faces are recognized, events are understood. But the emotional weight never quite lands. Laughter happens, but without depth. Rest occurs, but without restoration. Time moves, but without texture. This is not indifference. There is still care, still concern, still effort. That's what makes the feeling unsettling. The body is present, the mind is functional. Something else is absent. Often this disconnection develops quietly, not after trauma, not after collapse, but after long periods of adaptation, after learning how to keep going, how to respond correctly, how to move forward without asking too many questions. Over time, presence becomes optional. The day can be navigated without fully inhabiting it, and so it is. This distance is often mistaken for numbness, but numbness implies a shutdown. This is different. It's a thinning. Experience is still there, just reduced in density. The hours blur together, not because nothing happens, but because nothing sinks in deeply enough to leave a trace. At night, recalling the day feels oddly difficult, not forgotten, just unheld. This disconnection often appears when attention is split too evenly, across obligations, across expectations, across internal monitoring. There is little room left for simple presence. Presence requires a kind of safety. The safety to slow down without falling behind. The safety to feel without immediately responding. The safety to exist without optimizing the moment. When that safety disappears, experience becomes procedural. Life turns into a sequence of handled moments, not lived ones. This state doesn't feel urgent. That's part of the problem. Nothing is wrong enough to interrupt the pattern, so it continues. The world keeps offering moments that could be felt deeply. A warm drink, a quiet street, a shared silence. But the internal system remains one step removed, observing, managing, preparing for what's next. Disconnection is often a side effect of endurance, a way to keep functioning when depth feels too costly. Feeling fully takes time. It takes stillness. It takes availability. When availability is rationed, presence is the first thing to go. This isn't a failure of appreciation. It's a limitation of capacity. There's also grief hidden here. Not loud grief, subtle grief. For days that pass without being inhabited. For moments that could have mattered more. For a life that is technically lived, but not fully felt. The most unsettling part is how normal it becomes. Disconnection blends into routine. It stops being noticed, except in rare moments of contrast. A sudden wave of emotion, an unexpected stillness, a fleeting sense of aliveness. Then it fades again. Those moments don't fix anything. They remind. They reveal that depth is still possible, that it hasn't disappeared. It's just been crowded out. This state doesn't mean something is broken. It means something has been overused. Attention, adaptation, self-control. Living continuously in response mode slowly erodes presence. The day becomes something to get through, rather than something to be inside. There is no dramatic turning point here, no clear solution. This disconnection doesn't ask for repair, it asks for recognition. To notice that being present is not automatic, that it can be traded away gradually in the name of stability, responsibility, or momentum. The distance felt from one's own days is not emptiness, it's compression. Life compressed into manageable pieces that never quite open all the way. And beneath that compression is a quiet longing, not for change, not for escape, for contact. The question lingering inside this distance is not how to feel more, but something softer. What has made presence feel unsafe, or unnecessary, or too expensive to sustain?